Jade is somebody who I absolutely don't deserve. She is in all aspects the perfect kid. Smart, driven, responsible, caring, loving. I mean, I could go on and on and on. But as she got older, she seemed to carry her sadness with her a little bit more than would be expected. On the one hand, you don't think she really has a problem, but yet there's this undercurrent of sadness.
So in 6th grade, I began cutting myself after being incredibly self-conscious about how I looked, my appearance. I thought I was fat. I thought I wasn't performing well in school, and I just felt completely ashamed about who I was. So I began to self-harm. Then as it escalated, I started trying to kill myself. So I told my parents, and they were completely devastated. And it was just really hard on them. I mean, to hear from your own daughter that she feels like her life isn't worth living, that's incredibly difficult. But at the time, we just couldn't afford it. We couldn't afford any mental health resources like therapy, psychiatry, any of that. My freshman year, I was raped. So that was really difficult to sort of figure out on your own. I began to tell my friends because they were they're very important to me. And I didn't tell my parents because I felt really ashamed. I had been relatively good with dealing with my depression and anxiety and stuff like that until one day eventually just became unbearable and I attempted suicide again. So I went to the school and they accepted me into their therapy program.
Frankly, I could never pay for the amount of support that they were able to provide. I feel amazing relief and thankfulness that they're there, that this exists to be able to take care of somebody. Because heaven forbid that her emotional state would take her into something worse. I have a gem, I have a diamond of a daughter, and if something would have happened, it would be unforgivable.
So when I first started working with Jade, I have a vivid memory of just this little girl kind of almost curled up into herself, and she just looked so heartbroken and so kind of beaten down by the world and so very, very sad. For Jade, there was a variety of services that I was able to provide. And so we worked together for almost the entire school year and worked on managing her mood and maintaining her safety and helping her be more successful. The effectiveness of therapy and medication together is pretty significant. And so being able to do that as part of the treatment plan was really important.
So I was diagnosed for the first time in 7 years with major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Finally able to sort of put a name to the things I was feeling.
This was something that was treatable, that was something that had a name, that symptoms were, uniquely hers, but typical, gave her the strength and the courage to kind of face them and figure out, well, what can I do to start getting better?
That undercurrent of sadness left her. And that went away once she had the proper care, the proper medication, the proper supervision.
And also just a lot of the guilt that I had felt, just through different emotions and everything and through different events that have happened in my life. It sort of seems like it's finally lifted off of my shoulders. I don't necessarily feel guilty about just breathing anymore. I feel like I have a right to live and exist now, which is good.
So Jade today is a remarkable young woman. She always was, but it was sort of lost under the layers of sadness and depression and trauma. She's just so articulate and so able to see larger problems. She connects particularly advocacy for mental health to her own strength and her own compassion. And so that's really an amazing thing to see in her as she's sort of unlocked from her own experience the ways that she can then take that out into being an advocate and making a difference in the world.